The Rise of Skywalker is now just 40 days and change away from its official release by Disney, Lucasfilm, J.J. Abrams, and even creator George Lucas. That is all set and ready to end the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Episode 9 that a lot of fans are really excited about is, of course, exactly how Palpatine is going to be used as a way in order to change the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren in Episode 9. After all, we do know that Palpatine is really going to be a key player here that actually evolves the characters of both Rey and Kylo from start to finish by putting them through a series of challenges and, of course, obstacles that they have to overcome in this movie. And that J.J. Abrams really wanted to create all of these different challenges for both Rey and Kylo Ren to really develop their characters in a way that they haven't been done before, like in The Last Jedi and in The Force Awakens. Now, on top of all of this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that Rey is said to be inside of a dark cave that leads to a series of catacombs. It's explained that as Rey makes her way through the catacombs, she eventually makes her way to another cave full of mirrors where she begins to hear dark side whispers of Dark Rey reaching out to her. It's explained that Dark Rey begins to communicate with Rey in the sequence, where Rey is said to overcome and become frightened in the scene. It's said that this is where Rey encounters the figure of Dark Rey, where she ignites her double-bladed red lightsaber, where Dark Rey is described to tell Rey the truth about Palpatine and who he really is, and how she is connected to him. It's described that Dark Rey actually is communicating with Rey is really Palpatine all along, masking himself that translates to the vision of Dark Rey, offering new truths about her parents and offering new truths about her parents' demise. The scene is said to involve a moment in which Dark Rey is able to split her double-bladed lightsaber into two halves, where she now wields two single-bladed lightsabers in the process. In the scene, Dark Rey is described to have the upper hand against Rey in the sequence, where eventually regular Rey is able to later on gain the upper hand and defeat Dark Rey in the Vision by stabbing her in the abdominal area, where the Vision is said to crumble and vanish back to the cave that she is in. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, the first time that we were introduced to Dark Rey was over at D23 back in August of this year with the second teaser trailer. A lot of fans went wild about it. When we first saw this, we were thinking, is Rey turning to the dark side? What's happening with Rey? Is she becoming a Sith? Is she now Palpatine's apprentice? So many questions were being asked. But at the end of the day, it really is nothing more than just a vision that is indeed initiated by Palpatine, and that the dialogue from Dark Rey is actually Palpatine behind the Vision. So that's a very interesting thing that JJ is doing. The fact that Dark Rey actually talks to regular Rey, and the dialogue being, being thrown out by, of course, Dark Rey to Rey, is actually all being done by Darth Sidious himself. Now, this particular scene where both Rey and the darker version of herself fight to the death, it's said to actually borrow many different elements from the prequel trilogy era. We are talking about the prequel trilogy choreography, the fighting styles, the way that things were done in episodes 1, 2, and 3. And then it has been said before that Dark Rey is going to fight very similar to how Darth Maul fights in The Phantom Menace. And that's one thing that I'm really looking forward to, because that right then and there is a great poetic and, parallel piece that actually mimics that of Darth Maul. The first film of the Skywalker saga has a double-bladed red lightsaber. Now the last film will also have the same exact thing going on here. And this is also to take place inside of some mysterious cave that is actually a Force nexus associated with the dark side that allows Palpatine to connect with Rey and initiate this vision, tricking her essentially to the dark side of the Force and trying to seduce her to the dark side. Now, this is, of course, the moment in which Dark Rey, that is really being controlled by Palpatine, reveals new truths about her parents, new truths about exactly who Palpatine really is, and how he is connected to Rey. Very interesting scene, I gotta say. The fact that JJ and, of course, George are really trying to make this the darkest Star Wars film there is out of the entire saga. Honestly, I still stand by my opinion that I don't really believe that they can really top Revenge of the Sith, in my point of view at least. It really is going to take a lot of, sacrifices and losses in the film, and dark and sinister sequences that would really have to be done in order to top episode 3, in my point of view at least. You know, in episode 3 we had the younglings, we had Padme's death, we had Anakin Skywalker burning on Mustafar. I mean, the list goes on, right? So, on top of all of this, guys, I will say that I'm really looking forward to seeing all the various lightsaber duels. This is going to be one of the many lightsaber duels that we will be getting in Episode 9. You know, the real ones, we have around 4 of them, and that's not to count, you know, the visions that take place as well as the Palpatine saber duel as well. So, like I say, this movie is going to be very action-packed by JJ, and that is one thing to look forward to indeed. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to morning.